Welcome to Chapter 7 on Ethical Decisions in Software Development, based on Ethics in Information Technology by George W. Reynolds. Our learning objectives for this video include defining software quality, its importance, and the ethical issues faced when making trade-offs between project schedules, costs, and quality. We will also explore effective strategies for developing quality systems. High-quality software systems are easy to use, efficient, meet user needs, and operate reliably. A software defect is an error that could cause a system failure. Software quality is the degree to which a product meets user needs. Quality management is about defining, measuring, and refining product quality and the development process. Deliverables are the products of the development process, like requirements and flowcharts. Causes of poor quality software include developers lacking the knowledge or time for quality design. They must follow engineering principles and learn from mistakes. Another major cause is extreme pressure to reduce time to market, often leading to cuts in resources and time needed for quality assurance. Software quality is vital. A business information system is a set of components that collects and processes data. It captures transactions and controls industrial processes. Decision support systems, or DSS, improve decision-making. Mismanaged software results in missed deadlines, increased costs, and low-quality products. The use of software introduces product liability issues. Product liability is the responsibility of manufacturers and sellers for injuries caused by defective products. Claims can be based on strict liability, negligence, breach of warranty, or misrepresentation. Strict liability holds the defendant responsible for injury regardless of negligence or intent, requiring the plaintiff only to prove the product was defective and caused the injury. Legal defenses against strict liability include the doctrine of supervening event, government contractor defense, and expired statute of limitations. Negligence is failing to act as a reasonable person would. Contributory negligence means the plaintiff's own actions contribute to their injuries. A warranty assures buyers that a product meets quality standards. A breach of warranty allows a buyer to sue if the product fails to meet the warranty terms. This is often difficult to prove because the software supplier typically writes the warranty to limit liability. To develop quality software, several strategies and tools can be used. These include software development methodologies, the Capability Maturity Model Integration (CMMI), special techniques for safety-critical systems, risk management processes, and quality management standards. A software development methodology is a standard, proven work process that allows controlled progress while creating high-quality software. Using an effective methodology can protect manufacturers from legal liability by reducing software errors and making negligence harder to prove. A software development methodology comprises activities, along with the responsibilities, techniques, and quality guidelines needed to accomplish those activities. The waterfall system development model is a sequential, multi-stage process. Development of the next stage only begins after the current stage's results are approved. The stages include investigation, analysis, design, construction, integration and testing, and implementation. Agile development is a methodology where a system is developed in short iterations or sprints, lasting 1 to 4 weeks. It recognizes that system requirements evolve. In an agile project, the team evaluates the system frequently to identify and implement new requirements. A pro of the waterfall model is that formal reviews provide maximum management control. Also, structured processes create intermediate products to measure progress. A con is that users' needs may be misunderstood, and they can't easily review intermediate products to evaluate alignment with business requirements. A pro of the Agile methodology is that for appropriate projects, it quickly gets an application into production. It also forces teamwork and interaction, increasing the likelihood of meeting user needs. A con is that it is an intense process that can lead to burnout and requires significant time commitment from stakeholders and users. The cost to remove a defect early in development is up to 100 times less than removing it after distribution. Defective products that cause harm can lead to product liability suits. Quality assurance, or QA, involves methods to guarantee reliable operation and should be applied at every stage of development. Software testing includes dynamic testing, where test data is entered and results are compared to expectations. Black box testing views the software unit as a device with unknown internal workings. White box testing treats the unit as a device whose internal workings are known. Static testing is a technique where software is tested without executing the code. Unit testing checks individual code components. Integration testing combines units into a subsystem. System testing combines subsystems to test the entire system. and user acceptance testing is independent testing by trained end users. CMMI models are best practices for process improvement. A best practice consistently yields superior results. CMMI development assesses and improves software development processes, defining 5 levels of maturity: initial, managed, defined, quantitatively managed, and optimizing. A safety-critical system is one whose failure can cause injury or death. Safe operation requires flawless software performance. Developing these systems requires additional steps, thorough documentation, and vigilant checking beyond standard development methodologies. A system safety engineer is responsible for a system's safety, tracking hazards from start to finish. Formal risk analysis is mandatory for safety-critical systems. Reliability is a measure of the failure rate. The system-human interface is critical. The design must prevent erroneous judgment by the operator. Risk is the potential for gaining or losing something of value. It is quantified by 3 elements: a risk event, the probability of the event, and the impact, positive or negative, on the business outcome. Annualized rate of occurrence, or ARO, estimates the probability of an event happening in a year. Single loss expectancy, or SLE, is the estimated loss if the event occurs. The annualized loss expectancy, ALE, is the estimated annual loss, calculated as ARO multiplied by SLE. Risk management is the process of identifying, monitoring, and limiting risks. The remaining risk is residual risk. Strategies for addressing risk include acceptance, avoidance, mitigation, redundancy, and transference. The ISO 9001 family of standards guides quality products, services, and management. Certification requires examination by an external assessor. Failure mode and effects analysis, or FMEA, is a technique to develop ISO 9001 compliant systems. A failure mode describes how a product could fail to meet customer-described functions. A manager's checklist for improving software quality includes several points. Managers should define software quality goals, establish quantifiable metrics, and set clear quality standards and objectives. Further checklist items include ensuring the use of a sound development methodology, verifying adherence to quality standards, fostering a quality-oriented culture, and providing sufficient resources for quality assurance and training. In summary, high-quality systems are easy to use, efficient, safe, and reliable. A software defect is an error that could cause system failure, and software quality is how well it meets user needs. Ethical issues arise when balancing project schedules and costs against software quality. Quality management involves defining, measuring, and refining quality. Pressure to ship products quickly often leads to cuts in quality resources. High-quality software is essential for critical applications like air traffic control and healthcare. A business information system collects and processes data. Software product liability claims can be based on strict liability, which holds the defendant responsible for injury regardless of negligence or intent, negligence, breach of warranty, or misrepresentation. A warranty assures buyers that a product meets quality standards. If the product fails to meet the warranty terms, the buyer can sue for breach of warranty. Ethical decisions involve trade-offs between project schedules, costs, and quality. Effective strategies for quality include using a software development methodology, a standard, proven work process for creating high-quality software. This methodology defines activities, responsibilities, and guidelines for managing product quality. The waterfall model is a sequential, multi-stage process where the next stage starts only after the current one is approved. Agile development is iterative, using sprints, and accepts that system requirements evolve throughout the project. An effective development methodology produces high-quality software, forecasts project completion, and reduces costs. It also helps protect software manufacturers from legal liability by reducing errors and making negligence more difficult to prove. The cost to remove a defect early is significantly less than removing it after distribution. Quality assurance, or QA, involves methods within development designed to guarantee reliable operation, which should be applied at every stage. Types of software testing include dynamic, static, unit, integration, system, and user acceptance testing. Capability Maturity Model Integration, CMMI, models are collections of best practices to improve organizational processes. CMMI development assesses and improves software development practices, defining 5 levels of maturity from initial to optimizing. A safety-critical system is one whose failure could cause injury or death, requiring rigorous development and testing, including a project safety engineer, hazard log, and risk analysis. Risk is quantified by the event, its probability, and the impact if it occurs. Risk measurement includes the annualized rate of occurrence, ARO, the probability of an event in a year, the single loss expectancy, SLE, the estimated loss from a single event, and the annualized loss expectancy, ALE, calculated as ARO multiplied by SLE. ISO standards require formal quality management systems focused on meeting customer needs. ISO 9001 is a guide to quality and management. Failure mode and effects analysis, FMEA, evaluates reliability and determines the effects of system failures to ensure ISO 9001 compliance.